Chapter 5. The Source. You and Atlas sit in Dean Swan's office, your stomach in knots, as the woman who just fell from the sky stares you down. So, just to make sure I'm following you so far, you're a source of blood magic. No, I'm the source of all blood magic. You may call me Alma. The woman's gaze is impassive, but her voice is cool but forceful. So, what? You're the most powerful blood addict of all time or something? No, I'm not a blood hunt. Their magic comes from me. She looks suddenly at Dean Swan, who stands against the wall, twisting her hands together anxiously. Your magic comes from me. Oh. Dean Swan's magic flares unbidden. You feel her energy permeate the room, but is dwarfed by the massive signature emanating from Alma, digging in the air. I've never felt. My magic has never reared against my command like that. It's as though I was drawn to you. Alma nods, then looks at you. Your affinity for some magic is born the sun's source, Theia, and your affinity for moon magic. She nods at Atlas, her tone growing impatient. Of Gnome, the moon source, there are 9 sources. Each was the origin of one of the most pure forms of magical energy that exists in the world. Elise studied the theological origins of magic, but always assumed the idea that magic came from immortal beings was a myth. If I'm a myth, then so is Cain, the air source these foolish children feed. Has his propensity for utter chaos felt like a myth to you? So make this straight. Without you, there'll be no magic. For a perspective of you, if even one source were to cease to exist, the magic in the world would be thrown into imbalance, then chaos. Her gaze suddenly bores into you and Atlas. Some of my pantheon, such as Cain, enjoy visiting this mortal plane. But some love it so much, they never return. I'm speaking of that woeful mother of yours. I'm sorry, wait, hold up. Our mother? I thought, but she's dead. In some form or another, I am certain she lives. Sources, even when they take on human form, are not so easy to dispatch. Well then, where is she? I have a thing or two I'd like to say to her, source or not. Your guess is as good as mine. We haven't been to locate there for the better part of 19 years. But if her mom's a source, that means Alice and I did not come here to be interrogated by half-mortal children. I came here to fix a problem the two of you created. The force of her words shakes the room, and the shiver of her rage runs down your spine, before being replaced by your own fear. Your body tingles in the presence of almost unfathomable power. A few months ago, a massive surge of refractory energy exploded over the earth. I thought the energy signature was your mother's. Wait, that was me and Atlas. When you unleashed that energy, you caused a massive disturbance that brought Cain out of his prison thousands of miles beneath the earth. I won't let you blame us for that. Unleashing that energy saved our lives. We were dealing with Rafe. Alma runs a hand over her face, wearily. Never mind. What's important is that your mother and Gnome were the only ones able to trap Cain in the first place, using refractory energy. And refractory energy is the only thing able to free him, but mere mortals like you should never have been able to wield it. Pardon me, would you be talking about the Jester King from the popular children's fairy tale? You suddenly remembered the old book of fairy tales Zeph was reading in the library last year, while the rest of your friends were researching the shadow monsters. What's the story even about anyway? According to the fairy tale, the Jester King was a mischievous imp who basically pranks all over the world. Until one of his pranks went too far, and the prince and princess trapped him in a dungeon forevermore. Every good kid knows it. Cain buried an entire civilization. Cain buried an entire civilization in ash in a fit of jealousy. These caused earthquakes, typhoons, tsunamis, not mere pranks. Before Pompeii, we didn't know what he was truly capable of, or how little he died of our mortal charges. You saying he destroyed Pompeii on a whim? That sounds like evil if I ever heard of it. Evil? No. Power, hungry, and careless? Absolutely. He can be charming, but make no mistake, Cain only cares for himself. He hated the way resources value mortals. He loved humans as playthings, and was irate when we took his toys away, so to speak. Wait a second. Sources protect humans? Not exactly. I mean, show that the world is in balance, that humanity continues to drive, that none of our pantheon abuses the power. Do you think you humans would have survived the Black Plague on your own? Alas, Cain had already forsaken us by then. His rampage was catastrophic. If we hadn't stopped him, Pompeii would have marked the beginning of humanity's destruction. How did you stop him? Well, when the Earth Source, Dea, and Gnome were able to trap him in an underground prison on Earth. Before he was sealed, he vowed he'd destroy the sources and gain domination over the mortal worlds, as he feels it is his right to do. So why was he here at Pendergast instead of off terrorizing some other innocent civilization? He came to Pendergast because this is where your mother hid the sun crystal. He needs his power to stand a chance against the sources. The sun crystal that powers the sun room. I have to go make sure it is secure for now. But Cain has discovered his whereabouts. He will return, and stronger. All the sun and moon sources combined powers can imprison Cain, but with no idea what Dea is. Without her, Gnome's energy is useless. She faces you in Atlas, eyes narrowing shrewdly. I have a hunch. It's a long shot, as you mortals say, but time is short, so maybe our only shot. We cannot let Cain hunt down the sources and wreak havoc once more. I must train you two to defeat him. Do you seriously think me and Elijah can stand in for the sun and moon sources? The literal wells of all sun and moon magic? I tire of your questions. You were able to unleash the refractionary energy, were you not? She holds her hands out toward you, and her power fills the room, pressing against you and Atlas. You feel your own magic react, rearing up to defend you against her immense might. Alma drops her hands, and her energy recedes. The life flaring off you and Atlas dims as well, and you stumble, catching your breath. It is decided. You two will have to do. But we aren't sources, and you said it's only with the help of another source that the sun and moon sources will be able to seal Cain. Shit. You know of her? Elijah, how'd you figure that out? I just had a feeling. My vision of her, almost showing up, it all seemed like too much of a coincidence. Cain nearly killed Gemma before the seal was complete. The only way to save her was to bind her to a human body. She was sent to Earth under the care of mortals, and remember your face till she was strong enough to regain her source form. Sometime in the last year, we lost track of her. You and Atlas feel Alma and all you know about Gemma. Alma nods, expression thoughtful. And this, at least, is good news. We must find her in order to imprison Cain once more, but his quest will surely be far. We will continue the discussion after made preparations. I'll send you a notice of our first training session soon. Train them? Can't pit Elijah and Atlas against the air source. They're children. Are we really, after everything we've been through? What children have a fascinating energy coursing through them? You exchanged a glance with Atlas, his jaws clenched, determination burning in his eyes. He nods at you. If this power is still inside of us, if it's the only thing that can stop Kane, we have to do something with it. I want to try to find Gemma and stop Kane. As long as I can promise that much, at least. Dean Wade was close with Elise and may have met Gemma at some point. It's a long shot, but it might be worth asking him about her. But I still don't like this. I'll only allow it if I get to keep a close eye on the training sessions to make sure you and Atlas are okay. I can agree to those terms. These children made this mess. It's up to them to rectify it. We have no other hope. She waves a hand to dismiss you, both to your feet. Wait, I want to worry about my mom. You can't just tell us she's a source and then leave. What does this make me and Atlas? Like, oh, we part source? A source has never had a child before. Sources are not born. We simply are. I don't think one can be part source. She narrows her eyes in contemplation. But I suspect you each have a fraction of your mother's powers, which is why you were able to use your fraction of your energy successfully. Evelyn, did you know all this about Mom? I didn't. Daya was one of my best friends. We went to school together, and she was immensely gifted. But I had no idea. The woman you come to think of as your friend and mother is a stranger. She was not even human, though she masqueraded as such. But why? If she had such immense power, what drew her to the mortal world? Why did she marry our dad? Why did she have children? She's such a mystery. Not to mention alive. She couldn't bother to come tell us any of this herself. And there is much I could tell you about your mother's time on Earth. Perhaps that would help you better understand her, as well as your own powers. But you're certain this is information you can handle. Press Alma for more information about your son's source mother to learn how she ended up living on Earth. Also learn more about the extent of your powers. Don't smile. Ever again. Very well. This determination will serve you well in the task ahead. Come. She turns toward the door, and you and Alice follow. She leads you through campus, up to the sunlight practice room. The light from the crystal sparkles around the room. I have not felt Daya's presence so strongly in a while, and yet it is only a glimmer of comparison to her true power. This crystal was her gift to humanity. You mean as it used to belong to her? I wonder if that's why I always feel so peaceful here. She sighs and turns towards you. After Cain was sealed beneath the earth, Daya and Gnome took turns assuming their human forms and turned to make sure he was still sealed. But Daya became distracted, seeking out more of the human experience. One time, on a human form, she fell in love. With our dad. Did he know she was the source? I do not know for sure, but I cannot imagine Taya lying to someone she loved. By the time she met your father, she already enraptured with her new life and had distanced herself from the sources. But why did she leave to begin with? Taya loved humanity much more than I believe the source should. She wanted to go to school, wanted to experience friendship. She began to. Her expression tightens, and a hint of scorn enters her voice. She began to wish she was human. I warned her of her foolishness, but she was lost in daydreams of another life, a simpler life. She can't help that she fell in love. When she had duties, she flaked out on being a source so she could be human. Then she flaked out on being a mom. He turned toward Atlas, but he crossed his arms and looked away. Daya has always acted on her own whims. To meeting your father, she never returned to her sources. What did her sources think when she stayed on Earth? I thought her foolish, I thought her foolish and flighty. No one was able to empathize with her, but still didn't see much sense in her decision. Savo thought her departure an inevitable consequence of her time on Earth. His mate was furious at first, though her temper burned over. She looks at you, her gaze unreadable. The strength of it is intimidating. Mostly, we missed her. So I had a question. She had kids, but she isn't human. I know it sounds like a stretch to say me, not Elijah sources, but it might explain why Atlas and I am so powerful. You were birthed from your mother's mortal form, so you will never be immortal. Nor will you have full source powers. This day just went from lame to worse. However, some humans can access powers much greater than what the average ton is capable of. You think of the reflection of energy. Look at Atlas. Remember how it ran through you and raced the lab. With the sun crystal lending you its energy, and maybe because of Alma's power as well, you feel a hint of it. You reach for this well of magic buried deep, and power like this, you mean? Alma scrutinizes you. For a second, you think she looks confused. I wonder what it is you children want. If it's power or something else. Alice shrugs moodily, so Alma turns to stare on you. I want peace. What's the point of power if you never get to be happy and comfortable? I want my power to start ruling my life. I did not anticipate such wisdom from you. I can't help wondering about the future, though. If we'll see a mom again, how our powers keep developing. Do I have to remind you that your special ability is prescience? Oh yeah, I give it a try. Hey, dork, you can look into the future. How many times do I have to tell you this? It's basically what Alex just said. Anyways, you close your eyes, reaching for the glow of the crystal, as the soothing warmth washes through you, for your mind reaching out for the future. Ouch. Ouch. No. My sons. Your eyes snap open, and you sway dizzily for a second. I think I heard something. I think it was her. But I don't know what all meant. Half the time, I don't even know what my prescience is trying to tell me. You need training. You both do. She sweeps her gaze over you and Atlas. I sense something immense in your children. Something not wholly human and not wholly source. But I told you enough. Now you must turn your minds to the task at hand. I will send for you soon, and our first lesson will commence. She turns with a swirl of her cloak and leaves you and Atlas in the silence of the sunlight room. So, not fully human, huh? Until she gives us something more concrete than that. I'm taking her words with a grain of salt. Oh, come on. You don't think this is totally cool? Don't you? You don't think this is totally cool, don't you? Being quasi-source or whatever? Alice rolls his eyes, but you see a hint of a smile. When you elbow him. You head out of the sunlight room together. The afternoon of the first deep game of the season, you and your friends approach the arena. You keep your eyes out for a great garden waste. So once I just come into the game, you might as well ask what he knows about Gemma. I still can't wrap my head around the fact that this blood source is having you and Atlas be surrounding moon source standards. In the dimension, the revelation about your mother, humans birthed from its source. I've never heard of anything so fascinating. And now we know the connection between your mom and Kane. Mama Snyder totally kicked his butt. Did you just call her source Mama Snyder? Finding Gemma is more important. We at least see what she is, and she's the key to trapping Kane again. Elijah, my branching tells me that Grey Garden Waits is in line to the end of the stadium. You should hurry. You and Alice split off from your friends and run to the entrance. Do you wait? Atlas and Elijah, must be looking forward to the game. We have questions. What else means is, do you know anything about a girl named Gemma? At least Sophie's foster daughter. Yes, I met her several years ago. Everyone told me that she's become missing. Why do you ask? You look at Atlas, and he gives you a subtle nod. Eyebrows raised. She might be the key to saving the world? Dean Wade nods sagely. Yes, children often are. Glad you agree with us. Tuesday's Dingo Feet wanted us to find her. We were wondering if you could tell us anything about that might give us a lead. She was a nice child, absolutely fascinated by magic. Her own powers are immense and unnatural. You don't say. She drew quite attention when Lise tried to put her to bed, shaking the house nearly off its foundation. Did Dingo Feet say where Gemma came from? She said that Gemma's previous caretakers had to give her up suddenly because they were no longer be able to take care of her. I didn't pry, but it sounded as though at least I already knew Gemma's caretakers prior to adopting her over a decade ago. He sighs, expression going far away. Such power in a child. Part of me wondered if she was designed to be the next High Tund. Another part wondered if she was even fully mortal. He suddenly focuses on you. I hope that when you go looking for her, you don't do anything rash. I've been worried a great deal about the two of you. Shouldn't you tell us not to look for her? Oh, my time as a dean is over. Besides, I sense an old woman resolved in the both of you. I know I can't stop you. Sada, hurry up, you'll be late. I must bid you farewell. I haven't been to a fighting Time War game in decades, so I'd like to get a good seat. He waves goodbye, and you would enter the arena, while Atlas joins your friends. Inside, Eva calls you into a huddle, while the stadium fills up around you. I got bad news, team. Gildegrave was good last year, but this year, even better. One of the guys is called the Frost King now. You all glance across the field to where Gildegrave team is huddled around their star player. We've been training for this match. Just remember what we've done in practice, and we're golden. And this will be a fair match. Without Rafe around to possess him, Jaws will be drowning us significantly lower. But that's the water rat who freezes his opponents in their tracks. Rumor has it, not even fire rats can stop him. This match sounds like it's gonna be fun. I'm not worried. Langley's led us to victory 2 years in a row. Today we're just the same. Oh yeah, I'll do my best. Damn right you will. And so will the rest of you. We'll show them we don't need any fancy titles to kick butt out there. Now go get to your warm-ups. You hang back to talk to Griffin, and the rest of the team spreads out the stretch. So, how you feel about our inevitable victory? I'm trying to think about the fact that the whole team, scratch that built school, is dependent on me to win this game. Griffin, you're way too tense. First things first, you need to relax. I think I know just the thing to help. No. Are you telling me you already have one planned? Are you telling me you're surprised about it? Come on, hold your hand up like this. Lily Griffin drew a complicated handshake and Sioux's laughing out loud. Then cross your middle finger over your index and your ring finger over your pinky. Make a heart with your thumb, and then an elbow bump. I don't think even you know what you just made me do. He looks across the field, and his face falls again. But not even a fire that can stop the Frost King. What could my earth magic possibly do? Griffin, your earth magic can do a whole lot, and you and I will stay together. We got a shot at this. Actually, you just gave me an idea. It's a companion spell called Chariot of Fire that surrounds the casters with a fire shield. It shoots unlimited fireballs at any nearby opponent who tries to summon magic. Its defense and offense built into one. So that's a perfect way to turn this Frost King into a butt of water. The rumors about him are true. This might be the only way to beat him. Landing a Chariot of Fire spell with Griffin at a huge advantage during the deep game. He doesn't use the spell later too. Take my diamonds, so on, don't you? Also, it should be quiet. It should be pretty quiet around the back of the stadium. If we hurry, we'll be able to get the spell down. Griffin leads you to a secluded spot along the lakeside outside the stadium. So how does the Chariot of Fire spell work? I don't think I've ever done any fire companion magic yet. One person casts a basic fire spell, and the other takes the fire, surrounds us both with it. I'll have to give it a shot. I'm gonna pro the flame spell right now. Voila! The flame springs to life in your cupped hands, sparking and spluttering vigorously. Griffin claps his hands together and draws a semicircle in the air. Just in case I have to spell it, I'm trying to remember it. Now, rise them. The fire in your palms flies into the air and surrounds the two of you with a flaming force field all the way around. Holy crap, it worked. I wonder what else this spell can do. Set the Chariot Fire spell should fireball anyone who casts magic nearby, right? Take some distance from Griffin. This fireball takes you out of the game. I'm telling Cap is your idea. Time for you to chill out. You funnel some water out of the lake, but as soon as you do, a fireball shoots off Griffin's shield and arcs through the air towards you. Okay, it works. You barrel out of the way, laughing. Griffin releases the spell and comes over to help you up. Not even the Frost King will be able to deal with this spell. Not even the Frost King will be able to deal with this spell, Griffin. Yeah, nothing to worry about. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. But what if he manages to separate the two of us so he can't cast Chariot's Fire? I don't know if my Earth magic will stack up. You could trap him in a maze. He can't freeze you if he can't see where you are. And if he's lost, you can sneak up on him. Elijah, that's genius. Thanks. It's my middle name. Griffin lets out a long sigh of relief. You might have just saved us the entire game. Cap's counting on me to take this Frost King down. And if I can't... No offense, but we wouldn't automatically lose if you can't beat the Frost King. I'm not saying not to be mean, just... we're a team. I know Cap expects you to carry us through this match, but you don't have to put so much pressure on yourself. All of us are here to help you too. Griffin is silent for a moment, as your words sink in. You're right. I don't even want to shoulder all the responsibility alone, but I hate not meeting people's expectations. Why am I like this? Why do I put all this unnecessary pressure on myself? It's because you're a born leader. In a year, you've gone from the team not liking you to having everyone look up to you, even the captain. That doesn't really make me feel better. Hang on, let me finish. Those people look up to you because you're capable, Griffin. They trust you, and I'm willing to bet if you ask for help, they'll give it. When you put it that way, I do feel a little better. I just need to rely a little more on the people who look up to me. I think we got this deep game in the bag, Elijah, and not because of the Chariot Fire. Because you always know just what to say to help me think straight. And the players will take position on the field. The deep game is about to begin. And that's your cue. Can't start the match without our fearless leader, can we? Not without his teammate to back him up, you can't. You and Griffin hurry back inside to join your team on the field. dome closes, and God, GG's players get into the position in their starting area. The Frost King calls out loudly to his team. These Jamons look even weaker than the chumps we beat last week. Take it easy, guys. You will have the biggest sweat. Oh, he is so going down. I happen to have a trick up my own up my sleeve. This has got to be one of the handiest spells I learned last year. A flurry of air magic swirls around you, and lightning rushes through you, making you eager to run. Suddenly, you hear the crowd cheering your name. Elijah! 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 I won't let you guys down. The referee blows his whistle, and the match begins. The arena shifts, and the opposing team disappears from view. You and your teammates find yourselves ankle deep in water. Find cover. Go, go, go. Your teammates scatter, run up the beach into the undergrowth. You and Griffin pick your way through a lush jungle, but freeze when you spot people through the foliage. Hear them crashing around. You head that way? I'll take care of the ones over here. Got it. Crap. How did he find us so fast? Quick, let's get inside. You dart into the ruins of a mansion and race up the stairs. There you are. Only to find yourself buffeted back down by gusts of wind. Hit the ground and scramble back to your feet as your opponent sprints away. You're making this too easy. You slash your hand to the air, and vines shoot out of your opponent. One rips off his flag and tosses it your way. No. You jump up and grab his flag, sending him teleporting back to the sidelines. Nice catch. The arena shifts, and you're splashing through a sewage tunnel. You barely take a step, and the ground rumbles. Water spills out the pipes. You flail, trying to keep your head above water. Ah! The flood washes Griffin away. Griffin, no! I got this. Zeph appears, calming the water, but Griffin is nowhere in sight. A GG player's voice echoes in the pipes. That's supposed to even the playing field. Don't worry, I'm my element. Frost King appears, kicking up a wave of water and freezing it into a tidal wave of ice that crashes towards you. Not so fast. Every blast of ice fireball, but chunks of the ceiling start crashing down, giving the Frost King a chance to slip away. Once I'm done with you, our king will have gotten all the rest of our players out. This is almost over. Crap, it's raining boulders. I'll take care of this, Cap. You clench your hands into fists, and the boulders crumble to sand falls. That falls harmlessly over him. Quick reflex decider. Could you quit messing up my plans? Sorry, no problems is there. Zeph sends a water whip to tug the flag off her belt. As soon as he grabs it, she teleports back to the sidelines. Decided, Zeph and I will take care of whoever's left this way. You go find Griffin before the Frost King gets to him. Got it, Cap. You dash off through the sewers, and before long, the arena shifts. You end up outside of the bladed building. The snow has piled high all around, and your breath puffs out white into the freezing air. I love when the arena works to my advantage. The Frost King runs past, sending a flurry of ice at Griffin, who's backed into a corner. Don't underestimate me. Stone walls erupt out of the ground in a maze, guarding Griffin for the Frost King's sight. Where'd you go? You dive through a window and sprint to Griffin's side, a flame already building in your palms. Griffin, quick, fight a chariot of fire. How do you show up? Fire swirls around both of you, creating a protective shield that melts the snow at your feet. Not so fast. The Frost King rides a wave of snow towards you, cresting high over your heads. He surfs the wave, dodging the fireballs that shoot out of the shield room. Shoot at him. He's fast. Not even our fireballs getting him. He's no match for us. That way, he won't have anything work. You got it. You and Griffin pump all your firepower into your flames. Your shield expands. The source of heat dissolving the snow. To all that's left is steam. No! My eyes! While the Frost King panics, Griffin darts out and snatches his flag. Game over, Frost King. The Frost King teleports back to the sidelines, and the arena dissolves. Griffin, you did it. You won the game. We won. Try Mars, try Mars, try Mars. As the crowd begins chanting, your team hoists you and Griffin into the air. You hear snippets of cheers from the stands. And that's the Misfits right there. Look at, I love being friends with tons of people. It is so much better than listening to Thief games through the trees. I can't wait to see Elijah and Griffin play again. And the son that happens to be my friend. Very talented if I say so myself. Suck it, GG. My brother totally kicked your ass. What a rousing match. The Thief teams of my day couldn't compare. Everett pumps his fist in the air, letting out a whoop, while Ward calls from across the field to the Frost King. It looks like you shouldn't have let your guard down, huh, Frosty? Don't think this is over, Draymond. There's always next time. Now that is how Draymond plays. Great job, Snyder. Langley. After the stands are cleared out, you and your friends up to head across the bridge back to campus. I can't believe I was so worried. I should have trusted that the team would pull Drew, like it always does. Frost King didn't stand a chance against our chariot of fire. You make such a physical sport look quite an art form, Elijah. Your form is captivating, and your technique formidable. His hand brushes yours, and he briefly gives your fingers a squeeze. You notice his ears are pink. Zeph elbows you in the side, and you fall back with him. He grins at you. Looks like someone's your biggest fan. Soon be signing autographs at the games. Don't be ridiculous, Zeph. You only have to sign autographs, not me. What I'm saying is, you might not have a party to celebrate your win, but you can still celebrate with someone special. I guess the rest of my afternoon is free. Sneak out to get some time alone with someone special. Yeah. As the rest of your friends carry on through the bridge, you quietly catch back his hand and pull him back. You step close, and murmur in his ear. I'd like to have you in the stands today, but I think we'll both have more fun spending time together. What do you say? Beckett raises his eyebrows, intrigued. And I say this hypothesis not be willing to test. You lace your fingers through his until you sneak away to your dorm. When you get inside, Beckett clears his throat. I had no doubt in your abilities during this match. Heard talk some Frost King in the stands, but I knew he'd be no match for you. Huh? You really thought I have it so easy? This Frost King is pretty renowned, you know. You're a formidable attend, Elijah. And even more than that, you're a good teammate. This team would fare horribly without you. You're stroking my ego, and I love it. Can you make me some banners next? Hang them out in the stadium? I can't say I've been much of an artist, but I suppose I will be willing to try for you. Beckett takes your other hand, looks into your eyes, his gaze searching. Please excuse the change of subject, Elijah. But Elijah, Must ask how you're farming. Must ask how you're faring regarding the whole alma matter. You seem preoccupied. Honestly, I'm feeling overwhelmed. Look, I just dealt with Rafe, and I was no cakewalk. He was only human. He's only human, already super powerful. How am I supposed to handle fighting one superpowered source and tracking down another who's lost who knows where? Just do seem stacked against you, but you always been capable of incredible things against all odds. He rubs his thumbs along the back of your hand, soothingly. And you have me, my dad. I'll be here to offer all the support you need. You smile back at, tugging him closer, so that you're chest to chest and nose to nose. My, you are being sweet today. Almost makes me want to kiss you. And that's what I was hoping for. He tilts his head, his breath skimming over your lips, making you shiver. His voice takes on a teasing lilt. Though, if only almost, I suppose I haven't quite achieved what I intended. He grabbed the lapels of his blazer and growled against his lips. Shut up and kiss me. You close your lips to his, your heart skipping a beat as he groans into the kiss. His arms come around you, holding you tight against his body. You back into the door, let him press you against it. Now you let sling his leg around his hips. He shudders at the close contact. Elijah, is this more than you bargained for? He nips softly at your lower lip, but looks into your eyes with a smoldering gaze. It's nowhere near enough. He lowers his head to brush his lips along your neck, and presses himself against you, sending a jolt of pleasure to you. Oh. You tighten your fingers into his blazer as he slowly kisses and sucks his way down your neck. You tilt your head back against the door, goosebumps rising all over your body. He kisses his way back up, then along your jaw, then stops at the corner of your mouth. His voice is husky and filled with desire. Tell me what you want from me, Elijah. Tell me, and you'll have it. I want you to drive me crazy. Beckett chuckles, brushing his lips against yours. That would be my absolute pleasure. You throw your arms around his neck, pull him in for another kiss. His hands roam your body, and between gasps and shivers, he helps you undress. You look breathtaking, Elijah. He starts to kiss down your chest, but you place a finger beneath his chin, lifting him back up to eye level. Not so fast, handsome. I think you're still a little overdressed for the occasion. He pulled the top button of his shirt, and he eagerly divests himself of his blazer. He slowly undrew the rest of his buttons, pushing his collar aside to kiss down the swoop of his neck to his shoulder. His shirt falls to the floor, and he sighs in pleasure. Have I ever told you you have a talented mouth? Ooh, dirty talk. I love it. You smirk, running your hands down over his toned abs, listening to his breath catch. He shivers as you undo the button of his pants, and jerks when you press your hand to him. He grabs your wrist. I believe you said I were driving you crazy this time. He brings your hand up to his mouth, skimming his lips against your palm. His eyes are deep with desire, and your breath quickens in anticipation. Please do. I don't even want to know my name after this. Becky smirks, kissing your wrist. Allow me. He leads you to your bed, where you pull him down on top of you. You sigh as his mouth finds yours, stealing your breath. He works a hand beneath your back and pulls you up against him, the heat of his body intoxicating. You moan at the feeling of his chiseled chest pressing against you. More. I'm nowhere near done with you. His lips find your neck again, working their way down. You shiver as he kisses over your stomach, his fingers slipping into your underwear to push them off. He lowers his face between your legs, and you gasp, buckling against him. Yes. You grab his shoulders. Your fingernails dig into his skin. Let's have a sharp fire of pleasure. Oh, Elijah. He ducks his head again, and your entire body trembles, starting to shine with your magic. Beckett, don't stop. You tighten your fingers in his hair, urging against him as you overcome by waves of pleasure. Later at night, you and Alex are hanging out in your common room, and you're trying to teach him a simple slang spell. Like this? Why did he keep going out? The orbs of light that had been floating around Alex's head shrank, that looked like a few dim fireflies. I guess some magic's still pretty hard for you. Really focus. You just feel some faint dregs of sunlight. Your attention is caught by a note flying out the fireplace. It flutters down to the floor, where it lies still. Lewis hurries over to it. Navi bounded along behind him. They both give the letter a curious sniff. I guess that means it's okay. You see Alma's name on the letter, so you pick it up and read the short note. Looks like our first training session's coming up. She says to be prepared. So I guess it's really happening. But we're really trained to take on Kane, a natural source. Alice releases his spell, and last pinpricks of light around his head disappear. I wonder how this guy will stack up to Rafe. He gotta be at least 100 times stronger. Alice, the world's counting on us. We defeated Rafe. We can handle Kane too. He'll be back on the ground before he knows it. And this time, we'll make sure he stays there. There's one more thing though. Reach into your pocket and take out your mom's picture. She's holding Atlas. You're silly but carrying nothing around. I can't help it. She's been in my mind. It's still so hard to believe that she's the sun source. I hope Alma tells us more about her. Looks like these two are curious too. Alex lets out a scarf, crossing his arms. What's the point? Learning more about her won't help us deal with Kane. It might. Maybe she knew a special spell to use against him, or some sort of sun ability I could learn that'd be useful. But more than that, she's a mom. I want to know who she is. And everything that Alma told us only brought up more questions. You're just letting yourself get distracted. There's a bigger picture here instead of some long-lost family story. Why are you so against knowing her? Why are you so against knowing about her? She's a stranger, Elijah. In 18 years, she hasn't checked on us once. Don't tell me you care that much about her. I mean, I'm a little curious. It's not like everyone's mom is the source of sun magic. And that's exactly my point. Alma's a source. She had to know what was going on with us last year. But did she even try to help us? Alice, you really hurt about this, aren't you? I'm not hurt. I'm angry that our superpowered mom couldn't care less about her two human children. You can't know that. If Gemma could be that weak as much as she was, that means the sources aren't invincible. That might be a good reason our mom has to come to see us. I'm almost sure our mom's still alive, but didn't say anything about her being hurt or in danger or anything. She just vanished. I can't believe you're defending her. This woman, no, this source, you didn't even know. The fire in the fireplace flames, spitting and crackling. Luma shrinks away from Alice, looking at him with big, worried eyes. I'm not defending her. I'm just trying to be reasonable. Alice shows his hands up. The table in the center of the room starts to rattle. I'm being reasonable. 18 years, Elijah. We haven't heard a word from her in 18 years. Navi lets out a low, mournful howl, then nuzzles her forehead against Alice's leg. Alice looks down in surprise. I think Navi knows that. Just because someone has gone missing doesn't mean they don't care about you anymore. No, stop it. Stop trying to justify what our mom did. He turns on his heel and storms for the door. Sparks of magic spiraling around him. He turns around in the doorway. The sooner you realize we don't matter to her, the sooner you can stop caring about our good-for-nothing mother. He slams the door behind him. Your heart races as silence echoes around you.